building trade has always been very corrupt. And look, when I was a kid,
when was that?
eons ago,
Still don't tell me.
my family worked for like a local building firm, and they had to at Christmas they had to give out hampers to all the councillors. Were expensive with turkeys and Moët champagne and Harris chocolates. And the reason they did that is because they had to get planning permission for stuff. So they put in for planning permission. If you get the councillors happy, the same thing happens here. You got the planning permission. If you played it straight, you never got the planning permission. But the thing is, here we had these estimates for fixing this pipe down this part of the building. See, if they want to do something with the building, like get rid of it or change it for homeless people, all they have to do is get the guy who puts the estimate in to put a really expensive estimate in.
Oh, I don't know about all the financial, man. I'm
Yeah,
not really that bothered about. I'm bored financial, but the point is, it's kind of like.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's sort of like. Hang on a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, I was talking about housing. If you go to house, half the reason I think a lot of people don't go to work these days is because a housing association rent is about 40. That is all they can get. Well, any rent is expensive if you haven't got a job, isn't it? But even if you've got a job, you know the rent is expensive. If you haven't got a job, the council, I think, pays the rent, doesn't it? Or the government pays the rent, doesn't it? Yeah?
Right.
So you don't have to pay the rent, which is about 150 quid. But if you get a job and you earn, say, 300 quid, and you have to pay, say, 150 quid on rent and service charge sort of thing, that's 150 quid. That's half your fucking wages gone before you even buy food. Buy food. What saddens me is how many people spend a fortune on fucking lottery tickets. Like how many poor people without jobs, you know, they'll spend £5. They'll think nothing is spending £5 on a lottery ticket or 20 quid on a lottery ticket. You know what I mean? A scratch card sort of thing. No, I mean a scratch card thing, not lottery, a scratch card. I do the lottery once a week sort of thing on the lucky dip sort of thing, when it's a lot of money sort of thing. But the point is, it's like, fuck it, it's £2.50, you know. But the point is, it's like a lot of people do spend a lot of money on things like scratch cards, gambling basically, and it's sort of like, I'm glad they're actually putting up the age of gambling to 18. That should have stayed at 18. That should have been at 18 from the beginning. I've actually gambling for money, like in legal gambling, should be I used to gamble when I was a teenager, obviously. I've been with my mates and stuff like that, you know, as a game sort of thing, or betting and stuff like that with your mates. But things like horse racing and sort of like lottery tickets and scratch cards, yeah, it should be 18 because, you know, when you look at these scratch cards, they're very shiny, sort of like, you know, very inviting. It makes you look, you know, all look glistening. A lot of kids go for that. A lot of people go for the shiny picture. They go for the picture and they still have a sort of like scratch 1 in a million chance of winning a penny sort of thing. And still spend a fortune on them scratch cards. And I'm thinking, you're an idiot. If you're poor and you're spending money on scratch cards, then I would not help. If I had the power, I would not help someone who spends money on scratch cards because of the fact that you're wasting your own money. You're betting your own money when you could use that money to feed your children, sort of thing. You know, I think £5 is better spent feeding your children than it is wasting it on a fucking £5 scratch card, sort of thing.